everyone, welcome to episode 37.5 of Otome Shimai.
I'm Vicky.
And I'm Vika.
And we are sisters who play Otome Games.
So today we are doing an Otome Shimai short.
Will it actually be short?
I think so.
Okay, we'll see.
So today we're talking about Norn9, the Switch port, and it's our first look. But first, who are you doing this week?
Who are you doing this week?
Ooh, I like that. Maybe you should sing it from now on.
No, because that was really off key.
Okay, well, who are you doing this week?
So I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley because I have decided that I want to marry and divorce everyone I can.
Yes, that sounds great. I think you should do that.
I am doing that. I'm on my third to last person.
Run through them all. Too bad you can't be polyamorous in this game. I feel like that's a lost opportunity.
Well, you can, just without getting married.
True, like real life.
Yeah. What about you, sis?
I'm playing Pio Fiore 1926, and I am doing Jan's route.
Oh dear. Oh.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're still covered in blood.
Yep. Oops. Yep. I'm just covered in it. Absolutely. I'm going to be covered in it until I finish this game, and I don't know what I'm going to play next, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so back to today's topic. What is today's topic? Let's talk about it.
We got a first look at the Norn9 Switch port.
Woohoo!
So this is a port of a 2015 game that, interestingly enough, my sister played and I did not.
Yes.
But before we talk about it, we wanted to give a big thank you to Aksys for providing us with an early copy so we could poke around all the fun updated stuff and record this episode.
Yes, absolutely.
So what is Norn9?
What is Norn9? Okay, so here's the summary from Aksys's website, and you tell me if you think this is informative enough. Board a mysterious ship and go on a journey with 3 young women and 9 men to uncover the secrets that lie in the Norn.
That doesn't tell me very much, but that's okay.
That's okay. Actually, honestly, I think in order to really understand the story of this game, you just have to play this game.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So my sister said earlier that I played the game before she did when it came out because I bought it on the Vita when we were playing things on the PlayStation Vita. So it first got localized in 2015. I think the game came out in like a couple years before that. And what I ended up doing is I basically started and never finished it.
You did most of it. You only had like 2 or 3 characters left, right?
Yeah. This was a game that I basically started playing, and I only wanted to really do the roots of the characters that I was interested in. So I did most of them, to be honest. Like I got like some of each of the main characters' love interest, but not all of them. So some of the ones that I left for the end were the ones that I was like not really interested in. But I did go back recently when they announced the port last year and started playing some roots again. So now I'm kind of like getting back into it a little bit, trying to remember what the story is like. And oh my gosh, is it a crazy story? But I'm not going to say any more about that because my sister has not played.
And you said you didn't know what you were going to play after 1926.
I guess that's it.
So we actually have one really fun thing kind of towards the end of the episode. We were lucky enough to get a very nice blurb from somebody who worked on the relocalization and their experiences and what you guys should look forward to. So we'll talk about that later.
Yes. Super, super, super excited. Super lucky. So tell me, what was your experience like?
So I have only played the prologue because
for like a day, right?
Like 2 days.
Okay.
Like 2 days, yeah. Because we're actually going to be streaming some of this, and I want my reactions to like be authentic.
Yes.
Because Vika knows what's going to happen, and I'm like, ooh, what is this? This is so mystery. What's going on? Okay, so prologue, non-spoilery from Vicky's perspective.
Okay, tell us.
The prologue starts from the point of view of a serious little boy named Sorata.
Sorata.
That's what his name is.
It is. And he is a very serious little boy.
He is a serious
He's like
little
an
boy.
old man in a little boy's body. I love that kid.
He seemingly gets thrown into the Taisho era while he's on a field trip.
Yeah, time travel. Cool.
Fun. Yeah, he was at the diet building, and then he was suddenly in the Taisho era.
The diet building?
Yeah, the Japanese diet. It's like their Congress.
Okay.
Yeah. Kokkai Gijido. And I know that word because I used to tutor some people who lived near Kokkai Gijido Mae Eki, which means the station in front of the diet building.
Wonderful. Very cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Although I have to admit, I didn't make the connection until I played this game that's what they were talking about. I was just like, oh, it's the station in front of the Kokkai Gijido. Like, I don't care what that is. I'm a college student.
That's really funny.
Anyways.
Okay, so tell us more. He gets transported to the Taisho era on a field trip in front of the building, the diet building.
Yes, and he's saved from freezing to death by a strange girl with pink hair who uses a written guide to figure out how to interact with people.
Ah, Koharu. Yes.
Yeah, but her name is question mark, question mark, question mark.
In the very beginning, yes. Okay,
Yes,
that
yes.
makes sense.
They then get picked up by what looks like a plant spaceship.
A plant spaceship? That's what you saw was a plant spaceship?
That's what it looks like. And the pink-haired girl was waiting for it. So I wrote that when I was like halfway through the prologue. I'm now completed with the prologue. But when you start to play this game, that's what you're going to get.
Yep,
they get picked up by a plant spaceship.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. On the ship, we meet a number of other characters, including a bunch of baby chicks, which I still don't know their purpose.
The Hyokos. You'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, but I have many questions. I have so many questions to be answered, and I don't have the answers.
Yes, well, we'll have to continue playing the game in order for you to get the answers.
Yeah. So who are
I'm
the
not going to give them to you. Okay, so the characters are number one, Sorata, our main character,
he's a little boy.
He's a little boy. That was really interesting when I first started playing this game. I was like, I thought this was an okay, cool, fine, but it's interesting. I like the way they did it.
He's like a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, no, he's a smart kid. But there are three main characters or three MCs in this game. So that's one thing that I thought was really, really cool. And that made me excited to play this game. Number one, well, like they're not in any order, but you get Koharu, which is the cute pink-haired girl.
She's really interesting.
She's great. You'll figure, yeah. Okay. As time goes by, you'll be like, wow, she's really cool. They're all really cool from my perspective, but you know, I'm curious to know what you'll think. And then there's Mikoto. She's like the long dark hair one.
She's like the Hime-sama type.
She's Hime-sama type, yeah. She's my favorite, FYI. I think because she's a tsundere and I'm also tsundere, so there's that. And then there's Nanami.
So far, I love Nanami.
Yeah, Nanami is really cool.
She's
quiet. She's very mature. She's very serious.
She's really badass. She like smacks people down with her words.
Yeah, she's impressive. And the thing about this game, because there are three MCs, you get quite a lot of routes. Like most Otome games, you get one MC, maybe 4 or 5 allies. This game has 9 allies. 3 for each main character. So every girl gets 3 different love interests that you can kind of go after.
Yeah, this is the only game that I've ever seen with a setup like this.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like it. And each of the main characters gets their own, backstory and everything. So you're getting a lot of story content here from multiple different perspectives, and I think it's so cool.
Information.
So let's talk about allies.
Okay, so Koharu's allies.
Yes.
We have Senri, the little hikikomori.
Yes, he's adorable. And then we have Masamune, who's like the in charge guy.
I like Masamune.
Yeah, he's cool. He's mature.
He seems like my type. And then there's Kakeru, who's voiced by Kaji Yuki, who Vika really loves because he voiced Kanato in Finis. His specialty is creepy babies, but Kakeru's not a creepy baby.
When I first started playing this game, Kakeru was the first one I went for because I was so excited about his voice actor. It's a good story. So those are Koharu's love interests. The next ones we'll talk about are Mikoto's.
Yeah. The first is Natsuhiko, which I haven't met yet.
Yeah, and you won't for a while.
Like, I know. Can you give us any information about him? Because I know nothing.
No, I can give you nothing.
Okay. And then we have Itsuki, who I also haven't met.
Yes, but I can tell you that Itsuki is a little bit of a flirt.
Okay.
You'll meet him very soon.
All right. Sounds good.
And then Sakuya, who is my favorite pairing for Mikoto, to be honest.
He seems very gentlemanly on the outside.
So gentlemanly.
I don't know if that means there's anything underneath.
There's a lot of layers to Sakuya, okay?
Oh, okay. I don't know. Whenever I hear the name Sakuya, I just think of Hatofuru Boyfriend because I feel like there's a bird ally named Sakuya.
Is there?
I think so.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's talk about Nanami's pairings too. This is the one where we get a little bit excited about it because she's got two really great allies.
Ron!
With two really great voice actors.
Ron!
Yeah, no, Vicky's super excited about Ron. Why are you excited about Ron?
I have not met Ron yet. I have heard that Ron is trash, but Ron is voiced by Sugita Tomokazu. Therefore, I am contractually obligated to love him.
You're contractually obligated. Yeah, I honestly, when I played this game, I also haven't played Ron's route because I wasn't interested in him as a character.
But
I know.
Tomokazu.
I'm sorry. I went for Heishi because Heishi's voice actor is Yoshino Hiroyuki, and he voiced Heisuke in Hakuoki and Helvetica from Best of Fellows. And I just really love that voice actor. So I definitely was like, yes, that is my man.
Yeah, he voices all of your favorite characters.
And then the last ally for her is Akito, who is grumpy blue-haired boy. He's cute too.
Grumpy blue-haired boy. He does seem cute, but grumpy blue-haired boy.
Yes.
He seems a little afraid of Nanami right now, which I think is hilarious.
I think you'll find out why later on.
Okay.
So let's talk about our message from the localization expert we spoke to.
Yes, Anne. So we reached out to Anne Lee, who worked on the Switch port localization, and she was kind enough to provide some insight on what working on the game was like and what she's excited about.
Yeah, Anne had the pleasure of working with Aksys on the updated localization for the new Switch port. She said it had to do with going through the entire English script from the Vita version alongside the Japanese version. Gosh, that sounds like a lot of work. She also checked for errors in translation, such as the infamous snow line where they're actually talking about thunder. I'm really glad that they fixed that. Yeah. Thank you, Anne, for fixing that.
Thank you, Anne.
She edited lines for clarity, fixed some things up for consistency throughout the game, and more.
All in all, about half of the script has been updated in some way or another. So even if you've played the Vita version in English, this version is still worth giving a go. Plus, it ties directly into the fan disc release later this year, which she also worked on. Since the original Norn9 VAR Commons localization team wasn't available, she also had the role of making sure things like style, tone, and terminology were consistent between VAR Commons and the fan disc glass era. I guess you could say she's a bit of a walking Norn9 encyclopedia now.
Absolutely. So Anne told us that she thinks Norn9 is such a fun game and hopes everyone enjoys the updated script. She's really excited for the game to reach an even broader audience with the Switch release, since probably not many people picked up the Vita version when it came out, excluding me. I did. Vika did. I played it on the Vita.
Vika did.
She says it's a fan favorite for many reasons, but she particularly likes that you can play from the perspective of 3 different protagonists, which I 100% agree with, each with their own male romance options. Each girl is fun in a different way. If you like Otome games and sci-fi, she recommends Norn9 definitely being worth a play.
Thank you so much, Anne. We really appreciate you providing us with this information. Anne is super, super great. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about where you can find her at the end of this episode.
Yes. But first, tell me about your first impressions. I'm really curious what you think after only having played the prologue.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I want to.
Sense.
I want to. Like, why was there time travel? What is the ship? Who are these people? And how did they get so many amazing voice actors in one game?
Valid.
I don't know what's going on, and it's so confusing. But I love the fact that there are 3 MCs in this game, and they're all voiced. They've got 3 voiced MCs.
Yes, they do. They're all really good.
You know what I don't love?
What?
I can't go for Ron first.
There's a story reason for that. You have
Why
to wait.
Is this game denying me Sugita Tomokazu?
Trust me, it'll be well worth it when you get there, okay?
Well, fine. I did run into a couple of technical issues, but it might be because we got a copy early, so I don't know if anyone else ran into these issues. So you need to use the arrow pad on the left to move, to choose your options. The left doesn't.
That was actually the same on the Vita, so I have a feeling I'm not going to change that.
Okay, so that just might be a thing. You have to use the arrow pad on the left.
Yeah, the left toggle key doesn't really do much other than get you back to the previous lines, voice lines.
Yeah, so that threw me a little bit. Also, I'm the type of person who likes to speed up the text to the max so I can see what's going on and try to understand the Japanese in my head. But speeding up the text only sped up the unvoiced lines for me. The voice lines were still very slow in terms of the text. So I don't know if that's a thing that everyone is going to run into, but it's just something that I noticed because it's something I always do.
Yeah.
Also, the sound, you're definitely going to have to go in and adjust that because the background music is very loud at first.
Yeah.
So I turned mine almost all the way down.
Definitely.
What about you, C-Star? What are you looking forward to with this updated localization?
I mean, so I've played the game a little bit. I haven't finished all of it. I'm excited to experience the story again with a completely, pretty new script. More clear, more better. Thanks, Anne. I'm also really excited to play this game. Like, I really like the fact that there are 3 MCs. And I like you said before, I hadn't seen a game like that before, and I really, really remember enjoying that part when I played this the first time around. So continuing from that perspective is going to be a lot of fun for me. And to be honest, it's just like I'll get to play it on my TV, and CGs on a TV is way better than CGs on the Vita. That screen was so tiny. So,
yay!
Yay for big images.
Yeah, the Vita. I mean, once you got used to the Vita, like it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
but then
it was
you
great.
Switch to Switch and the TV screen, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. So I am very excited for that.
High definition 2D hot boys.
Exactly. Another thing I'm excited for, the Hyokos. They're so cute. The little chicks.
The chicks, I don't understand them yet. They're just little chicks and they bring food to people. I don't know.
They all have different jobs. They have their own little society. They're great. They're wonderful. They're like some of my favorite characters in this game.
Oh my gosh.
One thing I'm wondering, and I don't know if you can check this on your side, is if they left some of like the mini games and the extra stuff as well. Like there was this part in the game where they called it ensemble mode, and you basically would get keywords of voice lines from each of the LIs that you could like put together to make it sound like each of them were having a conversation.
Oh, so I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I think you have to finish a route to get some, but I wonder if they'll do this. So I played a little bit earlier today to prepare for this episode. And the last thing that I had saved in ensemble mode was this conversation that I created between Kakeru and Senri, where Kakeru was bullying Senri. And it was very cute. It's like par for the course. That is his character. Like you will find out. It was perfect.
Sister.
Anyways, and the last thing I'm excited for is Last Era. Last Era is not included with this game, but it will be released this year as well. So definitely excited for that. New content for me. I have not played the fan disc. Super excited.
Exciting stuff. Just so much exciting stuff for Norn9. I mean,
I'm glad you're going to get to play it. I didn't know if you would play this game.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure if I was going to play this game either. And I think during the time when you played it, I probably would not have been interested in a game like this. But that was in like 2015.
Yeah, that was a very long time ago.
Yes, when we were babies in our late 20s.
Absolutely.
But I'm very excited now, and I'm very interested. In fact, I put down the other game I was playing to play this, so oops.
All right, so I think that's it for our sneak peek to the Norn9 port. Is there anything else you wanna mention, tell our friends before we wrap up?
I do want to say that we are going to be streaming some of this, and we are also going to be putting links to like Aksys and all sorts of fun stuff in the description down below. So if you want to find out more, go there. You can either download Norn9 VAR Commons on your Switch, or you could order it from Aksys or from many different places.
Purchase it. I'm going to.
Purchase it.
I already have my pre-order ready. So that wraps up our Otome Shimai short for Norn9 VAR Commons, the Switch port. As always, if you like what you hear and would like to support us, we have a Ko-fi account where you can donate to us, keeping the podcast going.
We also have Twitter and Instagram where you can stay updated on what we're up to and other Otome-related stuff.
Thanks again to Aksys Games for providing us with a copy of Norn9. I am so excited that we both get to play this.
Yes. And a huge thank you to Anne for speaking with us. Anne also has a website where she talks about her favorite aspects of Japanese culture, including Ultimate games, and co-hosts a podcast. We will link to those in the description.
We also stream Otome and other romance and also just non-romance games on Twitch every once in a while too, so feel free to join us there.
Yep.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Bye!